we do not have much career clarity at this point, so we are very confused in our minds.
How is it possible that the entire campus has the same dream? How is it possible? If you keep allotting all your energy, time, resources to following the crowd, then you will be left with no freedom to be with yourself and see things as they are.
Most of the times find ourselves working in fields without actually being sure if this is what we want to pursue. And how do we choose a definite career path when there are so many external influences?
Time, attention span, all kinds of resources are very limited, and the number of options in the universe are infinite. How did you arrive at that conclusion? That is the question. How did you decide to place certain things in the mind and reject other things? Most of us come from ordinary middle class families, and then you hear of the job offers and the placement packages. Wow, so much money. Don't let that happen. Nothing really is bigger than you for you. A young person must carry a healthy contempt towards the world. मेरे जूते से. It's all right. I have genuine respect for this, that, systems, processes, big things. All right, wonderful, wonderful. But, hello. Don't step over me. What? Don't step over me. This is my heart, not your shoe rack. Don't place your boot here. You are big, yes, and I respect you, but I am bigger than anything else.
Acharya ji, namaste. I'm Subhalakshmi Sahu, a first year BTech undergrad here at IIT Bhubaneswar. Acharya ji, many of us most of the times find ourselves working in fields without actually being sure if this is what we want to pursue. I was going through your book, Truth Without Apology, and I came across this quote: the world is dependent on your mind and your mind is dependent on the world. So our mind is constantly being conditioned by external fear, pressure, societal expectations, comparisons. So in this situation, how can we develop our mind to not make decisions based on circumstance, and how do we choose a definite career path when there are so many external influences, and how can we actually know our true aspirations?
Good. Shubhalakshmi, right? The mind will always be a collection of objects from the world. No respite from that. The issue really is not that the mind is full of worldly objects. The issue is that mind is selectively full of the world. That the mind is not really a mirror to the world. That there is an agency sitting behind the mind, applying certain filters, certain criteria, certain lenses, and then selectively picking from the world, distorting, making stories, and planting those stories in the form of what we call as mind. Please understand. Do we really pay equal attention to whatever is going on around us or in the world? Does that happen? No. So there is a chooser, right? There is somebody making a choice. This is what I want to look at. Right? And how does he make the choice? By applying valuation criteria. I will look at that rather than this because that seems to be more fulfilling to me. Now, here is the problem. You are placing certain objects in the mind based on a certain valuation. You are applying weightages,
But you do not know where those weightages come from. The mind is not a mirror reflecting the world in its entirety. No, that is not happening. Do we know what to give importance to? That is the problem. And what you give importance to becomes mind stuff. Not everything enters mind. Not everything even stays in the memory. You choose. You decide. But you do not know where the decision is coming from. That is the problem. See, the mind and the world will always go together. So do not say my mind is influenced by the world, that is a problem. No, the mind can have nothing apart from worldly objects. Right? Whatsoever is there in the mind in the subtle form will have some kind of a corresponding expression somewhere in the universe. Otherwise, it cannot be in the mind. So that is all right, that there is stuff in the universe and there is stuff in the mind, and there is a certain mapping between the two. That is fine. The problem is, out of the infinite number of objects in the infinite universe, how did you decide to place certain things in the mind and reject other things? That is the question. How do you know what is important? How do you know what is important? And the moment that question arises, Shubhlakshmi, the intelligent one would ask, important for whom? Important for whom? I need to know what is important. Important for whom? Important for me. Now, if I do not know what this thing called me is, what this voice box called the self is, who keeps talking from inside, if I do not know that, then how will I know what is important for that one? That one sitting within keeps crying, I am incomplete, I am lonely, I am unfulfilled, I need certain things to gain completion. If I can have certain achievements, I'll feel better. Get me more money, get me company, get me something, this, that, whatever, get me fame, get me a partner. It keeps yelling from within, constantly clamoring. But does it know what it really wants? And how can you know what you really want if you do not know who you are? It does not know its own constitution. And based on its unexamined constitution, it keeps according importance to this, that, this, that, this, that. Somebody tells you engineering is important. How do you know? Now, after that, obviously, all the stuff of your textbooks will find a place in the mind, right? But before those textbooks and their content entered your mind, you came to a decision that engineering is important. Now, that is the more fundamental question. How did you arrive at that conclusion? How do you know engineering is important? Important for whom? For Shubhlakshmi. But Shubhlakshmi does not know where her instincts come from, where her decisions come from. There is just a general feeling. Just a general feeling. A feeling we never bother to investigate. A feeling that is taken as fundamental. No, it is not fundamental. There is something prior to that feeling. And we don't go into that because our education system does not give any weightage to that. It's assumed that if you know about the world, that would suffice. How? The world is infinite. How will you decide what to go for? How will you decide? Life is short. Your energies are limited. Time, attention span, all kinds of resources are very limited. And the number of options in the universe are infinite, right? How do you know what to go after? And whether to go after anything? How do you know? That is the more fundamental thing. So what to do? See how you operate. Observe yourself in motion. See how your decisions happen. See how thoughts arise. See how you come to like something. See how you reject something else. And when you see that, then a certain clarity emerges. Then a lot of the clutter, the clamor gets cleared. It will become progressively clearer, right? We have just launched ourselves in one go. It will become clearer.
Sir, actually, we do not have much career clarity at this point, so we are very confused in our minds. Sometimes we feel like survival is necessary, and other times it just becomes very confused in our mind. What do we actually
The first
want?
thing is to stop the flow of energy and attention and time and resources towards something that you know to be random. If you see, right now you're investing very heavily in something baseless. First thing is to arrest that flow, at least limit that flow. And then you get some space, then you get some time, then you get some freedom. In that freedom, clarity emerges. But if you keep allotting all your energy, time, resources to following the crowd, then you will be left with no space, no freedom, no time to be with yourself and see things as they are. You'll remain constantly busy, occupied, and that extracts a lot of inner fuel, does it not? Remaining busy. And the campus, the world, the society, the trends, they will keep giving you 1,000 ways and reasons to remain busy. And remaining busy, you will never gain clarity. Never. Certain things can happen only when you afford silences and pauses. No silence, no pause, no clarity. And there is a big crowd around you. And precedents, seniors, and social media. The entire marketplace, placements, so much. You're saying I'm already short of time and I'm already behind. The department has 120 and I'm placed 34. There's a lot to cover. So how do I pause? But if you don't pause, then your limited time, limited energy, limited life will be just invested towards something very random. And even if you achieve some kind of so-called limited relative success in that random game, it would do you no good. First of all, such success would not come easy and would be very expensive, because in a department of 120, all 120 want to play the same game. And in terms of nature and IQ and brain power, they are naturally as gifted as you are. So in this competitive lane, success does not come very easy. And even if it does come, well, probably it's not worth it, because you do not even know why you wanted to succeed, because you do not know what to do with the thing called success. You do not know whether there is any success in being successful. So you need to first of all figure out things. Otherwise, the current is very strong. And it can just carry you a long distance in no time. Sometimes it's irreversible. You find yourself having gone downstream so far, you can no longer return. And then you are trying to just make up, catch up, compensate, return, reclaim. It doesn't materialize. Don't be so overawed by anything massive that you lose sense of yourself. Yes, we understand. Class 11th and 12th, you come to the campus and it's awesome. It's overwhelming. Right? Most of us come from ordinary middle class families, and then you hear of the job offers and the placement packages, and it's jaw dropping. Wow, so much money. And you find some of your seniors pocketing those offers. So you develop some kind of a realistic hope. If he could do that, I too will succeed. And then you join a corporation, and there is that massive building, so much taller than you are. And again, you are overawed. Don't let that happen. Nothing really is bigger than you for you. Is the building bigger than you objectively? Well, yes. Is the building bigger than you subjectively? No. Yes, objectively, the building is bigger than you. But subjectively, which means for you, who is bigger, you or the building? For you, who is bigger? If the building were to be demolished, would that pain you so much compared to your own demolition? So, subjectively, who is bigger? You are bigger. Whenever the question comes, this, that, always ask, for whom? For whom? For whom? And for you, everything is for you, because you are the ultimate subject, the experiencer, the liver. You are the one to whom are all the questions and all the answers. And for you, nothing can be bigger than you. For you, in fact, nothing exists without you. Is there anything for you if you are not? Asking you. So, what must be of primary importance to you? You. So, that building might be objectively taller, but subjectively, no, no, no. Now, this is something we are not taught. We are taught all the things that are objective, right? The machines, laws, the universe, the planets, all kinds of forces, gravitational, electromagnetic, long term, short term. We are also taught languages, right? Constitutions, economics, philosophies, history, literature. But all of these are there, out there. We are not encouraged to ask the question, for whom are all this? That language is to be spoken by me. I am the one who is to benefit from the history you are teaching me. I am the developer and the consumer of the technologies you are teaching me. This central subject, the experiencer, the I, the self, the subject, all of these are objects, right? The subject that is never given the right respect, enough importance in any education system, the result is you forget to ask this question. Which question? For whom? You look at objects. You look at objects and you are bowled over. You look at the universe and you are mesmerized. You look at money and you find yourself captivated. Right? All of these are objects. We are not trained, not educated, not encouraged to ask, how can anything be bigger than me? Because school, college, university, we never had a course titled self, me, I. Now I am being taught of everything except myself, as if I am physics, as if I am the molecules, as if I am the equations. Huh? Are you the equations? No equation is bigger than you. So give yourself the primary importance. If you will not, then you will be succumbing to an artificial inferiority. First of all, it's bad feeling inferior, and it's doubly bad succumbing to an artificial and needless inferiority. The subject has become inferior to the object, which is absurd, very absurd. So your eyes, your mind, they have been trained to rush to the objects. But you must learn to remember all objects are for you. No object is more important than your own self. Never feel inferior. Never forget this. Never let the world be too big for you. Sometimes I say a young person must carry a healthy contempt towards the world. मेरे जूते से. Yes, all right, I have genuine respect for this, that, systems, processes, big things. All right, wonderful, wonderful. But, hello. Don't step over me. What? Don't step over me. This is my heart, not your shoe rack. Don't place your boot here. You are big. You are big, yes, and I respect you, but I am bigger than anything else. And this is not ego. This is the topmost philosophy the world has known. The highest has been called the self, Atma. The highest has not been given any other name. The self is the highest. Getting it? Yeah?
How do we differentiate between working for the self and being selfish?
Being selfish is not as easy as we think. The equation here is distorted. We feel being selfish is easy and everybody is selfish because being selfish is easy. Easy things are attained by everybody. Being selfish is easy, so everybody is selfish. And then we say, well, selflessness is a rare thing. No. The reality is very different. Very different. The self, for most of us does not even exist. As we are, where is the self? Self means I, me. somebody pure and authentic within, right? Where is the self? Where is the self? Do you have anything of your own? Too easily you blame yourself for being selfish. Now you are pampering yourself, you are flattering yourself. You don't have a self. How can you be selfish? Having a self is a privilege. The self, in a sense, has to be earned, rather reclaimed. We don't have any self. Nobody is selfish. Where is the self? Show me. Are your thoughts yours? No, they are very similar to the thoughts of your batchmates. Our language, the fashion trends we follow, the political opinions we keep, the religious beliefs we carry, are any of these individual? Where is the self? The social institutions we live by, the scripts we keep enacting all our life, are they authentic? Or did we borrow them from somewhere? Please tell me. So where is the self? Where is the self? Tell me of one thing that is authentically yours. Anybody? Where is the self? It's not so easy being selfish. Where is the self? The clothes we wear, even the relationships we make. Where is the self? You attain a certain age and hormonal activity initiates in the body, and then you say, I need to have a relationship in that direction. Are you a particular chemical, a polymer? Yep. An influence of biochemistry? Where is the self? You are going this way. Somebody comes and tempts you with some money. You change your direction. Where is the self? Is this direction yours? No. Even the previous direction was not really your own. Maybe there was some other temptation of fear. Where is the self? Where is the self? We carry dreams. Are your dreams authentic? Please tell me. Are your targets authentic? I don't know whether you have this concept in your campus. IT Delhi, we had this concept. We called certain companies as dream companies. Dream companies. In Ahmedabad, that translated into day zero companies, meaning much the same, dream companies. So I was a member of some kind of a placement committee. Having a meeting one day, some faculty members were also present. And I said, how is it possible that the entire campus has the same dream? How is it possible? We don't like the same food, even though even in that there is an unnatural uniformity. But still, at least some divergence is there. As boys, we all don't fall for the same girl. We do not say she is the dream girl for all of us, for the entire campus. How is it possible that this one company is the dream company for everybody? Surely something is off, very off. Where is the self? Please tell me. Even in your dreams, there is no self. No self at all. Writing the GMAT or the GRE and applying to the same institutions. Where is the self? Everybody trying to enter the same lane. Where is the self? There is only the world and its fear and its slavery. The slave has no self. Does the slave have a self? Can a slave afford to take any decision by herself? There is no self. There is just slavery. How can we be selfish then? Please be selfish. Please be selfish. What the world calls as selfishness, very interestingly, is sometimes a slur associated with one's refusal to do slavery. They want you to be slaves, and sometimes, which is not very frequent, you just refuse. There is a micro rebellion. Very micro, very tiny, like a little spark. And that is labeled as selfishness. You need to be much more selfish. But to be selfish, first of all, you must know the self. That which you call as yourself is a borrowed thing. Your thoughts, your opinions, your goals, your fears, your hopes, all are borrowed. There is no authentic self. We keep uttering, I want this, I don't like this, I'm going there. We keep uttering I, but that I is very adulterated, very hollow. There is no solidness, no substance to that I. Time changes the I, does it not? How many of you picked up New Year resolutions? Yeah, we can raise them higher. And it's just the 13th today, right? 13th, 14th, 13th. Just the 13th today, not even 2 full weeks. And several of those resolutions are already tending to fall flat. Right? Not even 2 weeks out of 52. Not even 2 weeks. Why? Because it was not the self that resolved anything. It was the New Year's Eve. It came with a particular day. It disappeared with the day. There was no self in that. There was just time, and time flows. Time flows. There was a day, there was a resolution. The day is gone. The resolution is gone. Where is the self? Where is the self? Be selfish.
I was trying to.
Just download the Acharya Prashant app, and there you go to the community section, and you have live testimonials streaming in at the rate of 1 every 5 minutes. I'm seeing lives change in thousands, if not millions, every day in front of my own eyes. We are doing it.
Right.
We have actually done it.
Join the community of more than 2 lakh participants on the Acharya Prashant app. Your first month is completely free. You'll get full access to Gita Mission. On the app, you will get regular live sessions, daily exclusive conversations with Acharya Prashant, access to the vibrant Gita community, wisdom exams, curated news, audiobooks, quotes, and much more. Search Acharya Prashant on Google Play Store or Apple App Store and download now.